And I think the one thing I do want to quickly focus on as well is the Sage pick. 'Cause I'm not too sure how you think about Sage on split, but sometimes I don't think Sage is always that needed.
I agree. I don't hate it. I definitely think there's worse agents you can pick,
True.
but
Like Yoru.
yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, look, I guess it's comfort at this point for Enzo and Russ, right? It's like if you want to play with the wall, it's 400 creds, but it blocks off presence. If you don't shoot it and it decays, that's like what 30, 40 seconds of just pure silence, right? That's the cool thing about it. Anyway, heading into the pistol, Apeks on that defending side. I'll bring up the point I was going to make in a second because this play seems quite fast out towards B. Enzo smoked off. Omen has fell all the way back towards spawn as well. Mystic wants nothing to do with it. Apeks wanted to play things a little slower. Look at the flag, but look at Mystic go! A double kill. Enzo here to assist.
It's a frenzy.
But it is indeed 450 creds, and it's just earned themselves a two-man advantage. Nice to see the discipline as well. Apeks now recognizing we probably want to wait for our teammates to come on in. Cray able to execute on Mystic as his flank becomes reality. But again, it's a numbers game that favors this defending side, and that is bliss. Kaiko, 6 shot on the Sheriff, and the rest falls into place. I will say one thing. Oi, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I will say one thing, Marcus, right? And I'm going to throw this one out there, a bit of a curveball, right? LPB, notice how they're playing double duelist. Do you think they'd play it differently if they were starting defender side? Do you reckon they've picked it because they know they're getting 12 rounds on the attacking side first and want to be a little more aggressive? I'm just thinking, is Link going to play the Raze if they're starting defending side? Like, is that going to be something seriously done?
From memory, they started defending side last time, and they played double duelist.
Maybe.
I think I'm gonna have to fact check that, and I'm gonna do it right now because it is bugging me. They were on split. They beat E-Masters 13-4, and they started on defense.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, he is. He just loves a bit of race.
They were running the exact same comp as well, so not much change. Not much change from them. But yeah, I suppose the decision to like double push CT there with both your duelists, maybe the comp kind of forces them to try and take that space. So maybe the pistol round would have played out a bit differently. It is weird though, seeing like a pistol round and you just walk on B. You don't see that much. Like usually it's a bit of mid aggression, force the Sage wall, force the slows, but no. They just Mystic's gonna jump spot it, see a couple of them, walk back and play retake. It's odd to see, but you know what? That just goes to show that Apeks do respect LPB, and you have to, right? You have to respect LPB because yes, it's not an organization. It's a mix. Hashtag sign the clowns, but
of course,
you have to respect them just from the experience and the players they have on the team.
30 seconds left.
Definitely. Shadow. Dropping in the flashbang information. Well, they're either in ropes or they push up completely. The bully D of Kaiko. Find a double. Cray eventually bests him with the classic, but it costs him most of his health and 2 of his teammates as well. 14 seconds. It's a third player drop. Shadow gonna just be chilling here. He knows what he's doing on the back of this site. Lazar, nice shot on the Marshall. Looking for more as well as he keeps firing away, but eventually push comes to shove. Sky gets a little more aggressive, and Shadow will neutralize. 2-0, Apeks win the pistol, win the follow-up.
Yeah, this is where we want to see LPB come online now, right? This is their main buy round. They're attacking. They need to get some rounds on the board. You'd be happy with 4 or 5 on the attacking half of split. One thing I was going to mention earlier on, which I feel like is quite fitting now, when we do see the Apeks team leading 2-0, is I would say if this goes. If this was to go 3 maps, I actually think I would put it in favor of LPB. Genuinely. But I feel like if LPB do lose this first one, I don't think they stand much ground on Ascent. I'll be honest. But look at the control. Like Mystic's already pushed up quite deep. Like on Mystic's contact, they'll swing at events. Right? And that jump spot is just... Oh, Link is... Look at this. Wait. Link knows, no? Yeah. No. They were so... Fire! We have the X-ray. He's out. Well.
TP's straight back. No man advantage lost. Treated as a bonus. Apeks still trying to get aggressive. And I mean, sure, it doesn't look great in terms of HP. Mystic's just going to get the heal. Same with Vong, so it looks like nothing's happened.
Shadow's
All
low.
the information. Lazar starts to move on in. Gage is on the dash as well. Shadow, what can he do? Back of the site, trucking it out. Blinds up. Cray now spotted. Problem is, he's found himself in screens, and that's never ideal when the players start pushing elbow. Trapped in the site. Vong finds a second. 3 versus 5. Looking a lot more comfortable for LPB.
Yeah, it was a nice take onto the site. Shadow, obviously. That flash, it was a nice flash, but no one was close. They were just kind of staying under heaven, under rafters, and pushing towards elbow. And that's, like you mentioned, it's not a nice place to be, especially with a Spectre when you're stuck behind the electric board. I actually, like, I call it the screen, right? But where Mystic is right now is screens. So, like, I feel like sometimes you can get that mixed up. But Link is going to be taking first contact here. And actually wide swings, and Kaiko finds 2! Kaiko finds 3! Retro, this could be a throw.
Oh my god, but Lazar also finds a couple of kills. Just the Sheriff of Magnum left, and they hold on just about. That's exceptional stuff. Apeks nearly get away with the 3rd. Incredible business out on the A site. Exchange of frags does just about favour LPB, but only just. And now Apeks get to move on from what was SMGs and Sheriffs to now Phantoms and Vandals. They can go for the whole thing, while LPB, I mean, sure, they can do it as well, but notice sort of the deficit, right? Both teams playing the old half-shield idea as well, Marcus, but both teams able to bring out rifles, but it will be very short-lived for LPB if they don't manage to convert.
I mean, Kaiko's already found one onto Russ, which does give Russ his ult, but that's for next round because he ain't reviving himself right now. It's such a nice round from Kaiko as well. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Like, your healer dies, you have no res, you have no heal. Lazar takes a bullet to the skull and he's put down to 1 HP and he's still going to try and go for 1 kill. I think it's crazy because Kaiko did so much damage last round. And I think that 3k on the Bulldog is definitely going to set LPB back. Look how close he is. He is 1 HP. All we have to do is fire. All we have to do is pre-fire. They're actually going to double push this. Guiding Light does come through. Finds no one. And Lazar, he's going to go for it. And he's definitely not going to be holding that angle. Magnum takes Lazar's head off. I say takes his head off. It was pretty much already off. And it's just going to try and be a B hit here.
Oh, but Mystic!
God.
How does he get away with it? Vong trades out, but it's a 1 versus 4. Goes from bad to worse here for LPB. Vong tries to push on in. Mystic able to catch him out from down below. Makes the hat-trick for him. Exceptional. The Phantom made to look easy. 3-1. Apeks now bring the cushion back up to 2. This time a little more punishing for LPB as their finances put them down to just pistol, light shield maybe, but it isn't a great round at all for the investment.
We had the Blade Storm though. That's something that we can look at this round. We have a Blade Storm on the side of Lazar, and it looks like Kaiko's also going to pop the Blade Storm. So we are going to have the anime battle. We are going to have the 2 jets fighting it out with both Blade Storms.
Get out of my way.
But whose Blade Storm is stronger? Currently looking like Lazar's going to be going for more of an aggressive play. Yes, he is on the side of the attackers, and they're actually going to pick up the pace. Look at this. He's already in heaven, but he's going to be shot in the back. Wait, they're just going to try and take vent control?
Yeah, I don't even know what the call is for LPB in this round. He jumps over Enzo. Oh, Enzo fights 2. Cray trades at least. That's the spike dropped information of it. Kaiko can try and bring out his knives. A little more concerned about the swinging done for LPB. He's only got a shorty left as all of his knives now burnt up and used. 4 against 3. I mean, right now I'd say 3 because Kaiko's pretty useless in this position.
Yeah,
As LPB go pushing round corners. I mean, it's
a shorty.
doable.
It's the shorty.
Yeah.
It's one of the best weapons in the game right now.
okay. One of the best value for money guns.
Sorry. Yeah.
Let's not go throwing antics like that out here, Marcus. But I do agree for the 150 creds, it definitely does pack a punch. Problem is this tight-knitted crossfire out on ramp going to be very difficult as you come up the vents to get rid of. Shadow finds 2. Magnum closes. Apeks find 4.
Yeah, 4 on the board for Apeks. It's looking nice from them right now. We are going to be going into this round with pretty much, again, Vandals, Phantoms with half armor. And here we are, already forced out a timeout. Now, if you are just tuning in, this is Les Petits Bouffons map pick, okay? It is split, and they are currently 4-1 down, but they are on the attacking side, which, you know, difficult. Sometimes attacking on split can be the the nightmare that you wish you never had.
Yeah.
And let's just hope it doesn't get out of control. Let's hope this timeout really does help, and they can kind of form a plan. Because last round, you know, we got to heaven as the action started, but I felt like Lazar dashed in, right? He took some space. He got heaven. Heaven was kind of clear. And then what was the next move? Like, it looked a little bit like unknown, right? They kind of dropped into, well, I say they dropped into vent. They one by one fell into vents, and Enzo kind of cleaned it up. Unfortunate not to kill Cray. And did give over the Phantom, sorry. But yeah, I want to see a little bit more of direction from the side of Les Petits Bouffons right now. I want to see a nice direction. I want to see a nice game plan, and you know, hopefully we can see them do something. But again, it's difficult because you know why Kaiko played Bladestorm? Because he was saving his money. Look what he's got now. He's got that operator, and he is on A, which, I mean, look at this angle. You never really see. Okay, he's now moving in, and he's gonna be trying to deal blood already. Magnum finds Russ as well through the smoke.
Oh my
Link
word,
falls.
how? Goes from bad to worse for LPB. Shadow gonna get caught out, and to be fair, LPB all look into a decent situation. Enzo pings for his own spam. Has got the res. I'm wondering, is Kaiko in a safe enough position? They've got to go chasing for Vong at least. Ray's gonna go for the plant. Fake a TP of some sort. Laza waits. No one moves. Absolutely no one. 2v3 post plant. Surely Apeks are going to give it a whirl. Problem is, you can see this utility burns on for so long. And, well, yeah, tricky stuff. I think Mystic knows just as much as we do that even if you want to get stuck into this round, it's just going to be incredibly hard. Nice shot from Laza as well. Spots the TP. Goes out on site. Nice one from Mystic. Again, you can drop the smoke. You can tap the spike. You can do whatever you want in these situations. But it just doesn't look too likely. They've spammed all sorts through. I mean, it's fair play that he gets even another kill in that situation. But just too many enemies to stare at him, Marcus. And that'll be that. LPB take their second. So it's possible for this attack inside. The timeout well used, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like it was going to be going Apex's favor. They got the first two, and then it kind of just trickled into from a 5v3 all the way down to like a 3v2. But again, I didn't mind the operator buy from Kaiko, but I feel like at the beginning of the round he was playing super passively, right? But I suppose he was respecting a potential fast play, you know, Vong potentially paranoiing the ramps, and I guess that's the reasoning why he played so far back. But you know what? I'm here to cast, and I'm not here to analyze what potentially one of the best tier 2 Jet players is doing right now, you know? I feel like he has his reasoning. I feel like he has his reasoning.
Yeah. Maybe.
Double smoke, look at that. He really has used both smokes already. First was the one-way. Second is now just to cement the hold. The flash is going to come out. Actually, wait, the flash doesn't actually get anyone. Does he know that it didn't go through the smoke? I guess not.
Oh.
That's so much
Careful.
information.
Nicely done. Shadow finds the opener. How does Shadow get away with a second? Magnum finds a third. Spike dropped as well. Apeks yet again on this A defense, showing no remorse for LPB.
It's so one by one, you know? You saw Link, and there wasn't anyone walking out of that smoke. Like, no one was walking out to try and trade it quickly. It felt like Shadow had enough time to, like, reset his aim and then just hold. And then look at that. Cray tries to cross the smoke. Mystic, bullet to the brain. Cray falls. Lazarus is just gonna save the elo stick.
Makes sense.
Seconds. Yeah, you saved it right. You know, you're 4-2 down. Money's probably not looking too great. You did lose 4 players in the last round that you won. In fact, I actually don't know if LPB are going to have enough money to invest into the next round.
We'll see. Cooks up a 5th for Apeks. No different for LPB, as you say. I mean, Lazar gets away with the op, and for someone that's so prolific with it, certainly it's nice to see that he gets his hands on it. But at the same time, it's like, well, you know, you have an op for the rest of the team. It's not exactly like we can afford the Vandal and the shields and the whole buy. It's just, Well, we're on pistols. See if you can keep it again. If not, you're going to struggle with that one. But let's see if Lazza can create any space, right? I think that's very important. Feels like Lazza has always been someone so prolific at that job. See if he can find himself more.
Look at Shadow. Sat back. Not going for any early aggression. Just sitting back, seeing anyone walk into his crosshair. I think, you know, I think this is one of the... Ah, he's been spotted. I think it's one of the hardest rounds is like when your whole team die and you're saving the operator, going into this round, it's all down to you to create space. And if you can't find a pick, you're going to have to try and attempt to save again. But the enemy team will most likely hunt you. So you have that to, you know, to try. And look, there we are.
Oh my word.
He's opened the map up though. He's going to force a rotation.
A lot of space being earned. Magnum, his job just to hold the cross. A wall, the counter wall being dropped in. Sees Russ go over, sees a second, sees a third. Can't hit a shot though, Magnum. And still know that this is going to be an A play. Surely you understand that this play is going to be made towards the right-hand side of the map. Enzo waiting in on Heaven. Patience has to be a virtue. Magnum starts to move back down. Link is jiggling. Doesn't see the man. Instead, he'll now go to throw the nade. And Magnum lines up 2, nearly 3. Enzo now engages from Heaven as he finds himself a double. And now it's just Russ. 1 against 3. 34 points of health. He'll move his way from Vent into Heaven. But Kaiko here to help. 6-2. That is exceptional from Apeks.
Yeah, this is why I think Magnum is up there. Is honestly one of the best Sentinels. Like, and I'm not even just talking about Tier 2 Valorant. Like, obviously he's had the experience from teams such as Fnatic, but even just getting that timing right, he didn't go instantly. He waited for that first point of contact, which was the raised grenade from Link. He chucked an elbow, and then off he goes up the rope, finds 2, nearly finds Cray, and then Enzo swings off the contact. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's going to be hard, I think, for Link to actually find anything right now because he's going to be on the back foot. He does have the showstopper, but the question is he actually going to get that first kill this round?
Dash on in.
Run in. He's 1
Magnum
HP
knows. Lazza, he's dead. No chance. And again, that feels really poorly choreographed from LPP. Like, Lazza goes in to try and take space. What was plan B if he does die? It doesn't feel like we had one. It just felt like we were relying on it. Eventually, Russ has to burn his ultimate to bring him back up to his feet. But again, they're still making this a very A-heavy play. Vong and Russ both with kills. Russ actually finding a couple more. Cray, he returns, but it's just Kaiko left. And to be fair, what was a terrible start, in my honest opinion, for LPB, they've turned this one right back around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure what the whole retake situation was there. It was... I don't even know if they flashed through the smoke. The flash came out a little bit earlier, and I'm not too sure if Shadow actually had his second flash remaining. They kind of just, like, dribbled out, you know? It was a very, very slow walk out of the smoke. Kind of... It wasn't 1 by 1, but there wasn't really any decent spacing for them. Gray does finds Kaiko. But again, you know, yes, it's LPB's round. Is it giving me confidence? No, it's not, because again, there's not much direction. It's more of a reactive play more than a proactive play, right? It doesn't seem like they're kind of in it at the moment. 3 rounds though. Nonetheless, it's still alright, you know. Usually in my ranked games at this moment in time, I'm usually saying, guys, stop screaming at each other. 3 rounds is okay. It's a defense-sided map. Okay? Don't be rude. Don't be rude to each other. Obviously, different scenes in this game.
Slightly. Just slightly.
Very slightly. Slow start, though. Very slow start. Magnum's actually over onto the B site now. He's changing positions quite nicely, you know. Wherever he is, they seem to go in. Look at this. Kaiko's going to take first contact here.
Waiting patiently. Wall goes up. No one checks the angle. And Apeks able to punish. Kaiko finds 2.
No one's clearing it.
And no one even bats an eyelid at what was happening out on the left-hand side. Everyone just assumes that nobody could be there. Not the case. Apeks looking good for a 7th. And I don't think anyone would disagree. Split, you know, it is a fairly defender-sided map. Probably one of the most defender-sided maps we have. But even then, LPB in the rounds that they've been winning, it's been close. In the rounds that they've been losing, it's felt very, very one-sided. Unless Von, Cray, and Lazza together can combine to make this a 3v5 work. I don't see it happening here. Enzo finding another. Surely that's it done.
That's a save. Lazza and Cray going to walk back down mid. Head in their hands. Disappointed with that round. But again, it's... Now, I want to talk about kind of what we were saying before we actually started this stream today, right? And I think it was just before the stream, and it was, I said to you, there is something holding back LPB, right? There is something holding them back, because I think last split they looked a lot more confident than they have done this split, even though the results that they've had so far, obviously they're what, they're third or second? Third, I think. I just think there's something in the way that's holding them back, and it's stuff like not clearing your corners properly like that is one of the potential reasons why maybe they're having a shaky start, right? I said that to you, and I was like, what could it be? What could be holding them back? I don't really know if you have any ideas as to what's happening.
Nah, man, I suck at the game.
Nah, you said to me you got Ascendant too.
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of ranks. You know,
yeah, that's good.
On my grinds. Anyway, round 11. Only green I'm seeing right now is how good the Apeks defense is. LPB struggling to formulate a plan, but I guess maybe it's just to survive on this defending side. But it's Kaiko's op yet again that strikes first and second. Think they can pin to the man? No. Draw out the knives now as well. Tries to take the head off of Vong. Unfortunately, switches to his shorty a little too soon. It will cost him his life. Link getting dinked up. And oh, well, it goes from bad to worse. Apeks just continue to dominate. 8 now on the board for this defending side. Op picked up as Shadow makes things work alongside his friend Enzo. And that's that, right? Apeks now moving to round 12. Fairly certain that these guys... You know, especially if they can make it a 9th here, you can't not be convinced that they're looking like they're going to be taking map 1.
Yeah, and you know this is heavy for the side of LPB because we've seen Link use his showstopper once. It didn't find anything, and that felt like that was like 3 or 4. No, how many rounds ago was that? Maybe 2 or 3 rounds ago, and he's still only got 2 ult points into his next showstopper. It's looking super, super difficult, especially for Link. But Lazza, beautiful shot onto Shadow. But again, look at this. This is the sentinel play that I'm talking about, right? Magnum already pushing behind. He pushes his own Viper's molly, and he's about to get some incredible timing from Heaven. Cray falls, Link falls as well. And look at Mystic. He's just walked out.
It's
Retro.
brilliant. It's so sick, and he's even cancelled the TP. Vong has to go the long route in, and he knows that as well. The snake bite hurts a little bit more than the last. That is exceptional from Magnum. Runs through his own utility, does less damage, and they pay the ultimate price. It's just Vong alive, 1 versus 5. Does hit the first. Stinger can technically get the upgrade if so wished. You can already see up close and personal. Makes the switch, but Shadow blasts him down. 9 on the defending side for Apeks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I suppose this is kind of how we say that split games go. Usually it's fairly one-sided. At this level, sometimes it's not, and a lot of the time it isn't. But we're hoping that LPB have some good defense strats, right? But it's difficult to say when you're playing against a team like Apeks, because all I keep on reading on social medias lately is how good Apeks are, how conditioned they are. It's gonna be hard for them to honestly get, you know, some rounds string together, especially when you are playing up against the likes of players like Kaiko and Magnum. I spoke about Magnum a lot, right? And look how ratty that was. It's such a smart ratty play. Pistol round has started though, and hopefully, yeah, very fast. More direction than we saw LPB have on pistol round. That's for a fact. I think this is the old FPX strat. This is the old FPX strat. This is.
I think it is. LPB now, you're boxed in entirely. You know, you've taken Heaven space, you've taken CT space. Enzo's got the opening kill. Link chucks the nade to his right, hoping he's going to funnel them into his crosshair on sight, but swings wide, and Mystic's Frenzy just better. As it now boils down to 3. Great shot. Kaiko finds another, and it's gone from bad to worse. If you think the start of this game was bad, a flawless round 13 puts not only Apeks up to 10-3, but 3 rounds away from taking the first map, which is the pick of LPB.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of, right, is like, have LPB, have they secured playoffs? That's the question. I don't think they have, but I think they need to get like what, one more win maybe, and they'll secure playoffs. They're currently sitting at third with a 4-1 win-loss ratio.
I think they're okay.
Wait, you know who they're playing after Apeks, right? They've got Focus.
Yeah, of course. But then the way it works is on head-to-heads, right? So as long as they've beaten everyone below them,
right? Okay.
Even if someone matches, which is possible, they'll win on the head-to-head.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty certain a win here would guarantee, like, absolutely seal it. But
yeah.
There probably is a way that I'm missing, but at least from the way I see it, right? Like there's no way that LPB don't make it. But then again, it's all about seeding, right? When you head into that top 4. So
sure. Yeah, but I think that the main point I was trying to take from, I suppose, a little bit of copium. Oh, is Link going to get us first? No, he's not. A little bit of copium I was trying to take was potentially they're not fully in this game because they're trying new things. Like, if they know that they're pretty confident that they have got playoffs, right? Or at least they're very close to, then they might be trying new things. I mean, we even spoke to Lewis at the end of the last series, and he said they were trying a couple new things, going in with some fresh... Oh, nice headshot, Vonk. Going in with some, like, nice fresh strats and just trying it, really. And unfortunately, well, fortunately, Focus, it worked. Don't know too much if LPV are actually going for that sort of a direction. But they haven't really changed anything up. It's the same comp, so unless they're changing or trialing new strats, I can't think of any reason why, why it's going the way it is. But let's stop focusing on the negatives. I'm a negative Nancy right now.
Yeah.
We have the buy round. This is the one. This is
yes.
where LPB, they need to show something. Show some signs of life. Lazza is going to try and take the first contact. Nice slow, though. Enzo, going to stop him.
Indeed. And it feels like LPB's last chance here as well on map 1 of Split. Their pick. Not been a great one. Need to start earning some rounds on this defending side. It all starts with this full buy hit. Got to make it work. But in this very moment, Apeks playing things incredibly slow. Burning down the clock, trying to whittle away at utility as well. Here we go. Send the Hound into heaven. See what it can find. Knows that Link's there and, well, ignore it. That's the aim of the game. Kaiko's going to take it from another means. And he updrafts into it. Link's able to find it, but eventually the Spike able to get out onto site.
There we are. He's found his first 2 kills. Looking good for Link so far in this round. Magnum, though, beautiful snake bite. They actually can't push this. And, oh, he was vulnerable. I think he wallbanged him, though. Wait, surely not. No. If he was vulnerable and that was a wallbang, I think he would have done more damage than that. Let's just see, though, how this retake pans out, because they do have Spectres. Shadow and Enzo both have Spectres on the site. It could be... Oh.
It could have been.
I mean, it could have been. I feel like potentially staying on site there, yes, they would have trapped themselves in, but it would have been better considering their weaponry. Don't know if they're going to be too happy with that bonus, but nonetheless, bomb went down. They found Vong. Link on the board. It's looking better for LPB.
Definitely. Definitely looking better. It's a good round to be winning. You mentioned, obviously, Link's scoreline. I wasn't going to do him as dirty, but clearly no remorse from you, Mr. Somarcus.
So, right, I've got to spot what I see.
Yeah, no, it's fair. If you can highlight the good points, you've got to highlight the bad ones as well. I respect that.
It's like when you said earlier on that all you see right now is green. And the only thing green was Viper's Wall, but you never mentioned my Valorant career.
Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Here he is. Sorry, I had to slip it in. I didn't even get it in the first series, so we'll go for the second.
Go. I'll give you the one. So you've had your bit now. Listen, 11-4. Apeks treat that last round as a bonus buy. This one, a full investment. Lazza wanders into B main, thinking he's got the time and thinking he's earned himself space. Tries to gamble and go for more. Instead, unfortunately, the chips don't return to his pockets. Instead, fall back in favor of the house. It does just feel like Apex's game right now.
Pushed alone. That's what I can't
Round
get.
16. Yeah, it was a bit silly.
trade.
It did feel out of line.
But this is nice. This is very nice. A nice reaction from Russ and from Vong. Are they going to expect Mystic to swing this? Oh, Mystic doesn't expect them to be so close. Finds one. Rush trades. Going to react, though. Look at Apeks. They know they've pushed B main. They know site's most likely going to be clear. There's a free site. Link has been spotted. And pushed.
Stuff. Yeah, Link, you're going to trap the nade. You reduce the fights. And to be fair, that's actually done all right. You know, he's found the double. Unfortunately, Cray was offered up in the meantime. But it's a fight that goes their way. Great shot from Russ. A must-need frag that goes the LPB way. Now it is just Enzo. 1 versus 2. Spike continues to burn away. Continues to tick. Problem is, for LPB, they've not really got heaps of time to go clearing all of these angles. Russ just swings and connects instantaneously. And that'll be that. There you have it. It's 5 on the board for LPB. Starting to kickstart things on their defending side.
Yeah, that's a nice round, I think. The Link playing passively towards CT. The use of the paint shells was absolutely fantastic. It forced them to actually push over the paint shells, take the fight. Link finds both of them. 1 and a trade. And I think it's the nice re-aggression as well from Vong and Russ. And it's just a nice job that Mystic didn't actually swing out and find 2 there. I think Mystic got scared himself. You see his crosshair absolutely fling up into the
jittering.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I think he's scared himself. It happens. But again, you got to give credit where it's due, like we did with the E-Masters last series. It was fantastic re-aggression into B main, especially after Luzza couldn't find anything. Going to be a low buy though now for Apeks.
Yeah, never ideal. After losing your rifles, it's back down to the eco. Try and build up the creds once more. Considering Apeks are only 2 rounds away as well. It's a good start from Kaiko. Flashbang again. Taking Cray completely off the angle. Trying to bring out the showstopper. Link finds one more. Apeks, how are we in a 2 versus 2 here, first and foremost? Seeker's now popped as well. So Luzza, well, you're going to have to shoot at it. You're going to have to take it down. That's where Apeks are going to play the game of chase. We know he's in heaven. Let's try and take these fights. Oh, Luzza's just so sick with it. 1 smoke to give him cover. 1 smoke to block Shadow off. 45 seconds. Has to go back to pick up the spike.
They're going to give him a site, right? They don't want him to rotate. Yes, the longer Shadow sits here for, the more that Vong has to think, oh god, has he actually gone into vents quietly, right? But notice how Vong, at the moment, he's not playing with his back open to B stairs. So he knows that he's forcing Shadow to go to the A site and that he can't die from behind. But Luzza, he is going to be the one to hear this drop. There we are. He's heard the drop. Holds across the site, but Shadow, he's going to get a free plant. Now, he does have 2 guiding lights in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
This could be crucial, especially getting the operator player off of the angle.
Oh. The dry peak is the bit that costs him. Like, look, let's focus on the positives for Apeks, though, because I think very quickly we can get wound up with how he hasn't used a flashbang to try and take a fight. You've got to understand, that was a pretty much a full eco for Apeks. Yeah. Sure, we invest a few ultimates or whatever, right? Obviously, Seekers was used in that round. We still get a spike plant and 3 kills. That's exceptional damage in a round that you don't really have much business in doing well in.
For sure.
It's 11-6. LPB are 5 rounds off of tying things up with Apeks. The Apeks boys themselves only need 2 more. Where things get tricky. Things get interesting because just as quick as Apeks can find a round, LPB can continue this red-hot run of form and continue to bury this Apeks economy into the ground and cause more issues.
Yeah, definitely a positive from the side of Apeks. We do keep on talking about all the positives they are having. Russ isn't going to be spotted though walking down mid here. I mean, Mystic's going to be holding for it, and there's the dog. Kaiko does find Vong on the other side of the map, over onto the B site. That's not going to be great. That's their only smokes player. The only downside of playing single controller on split, right? It's going to be a toughie now, especially after losing Vong. But they are going to be opting to, well, they're going to keep Luzza onto the A site. He's rotated from middle all the way to A. But again, what can Luzza do, especially when the Viper's wall goes up? Like, right now, the wall goes up, and this is why it's so nice to see a Viper on this map, because now they have to be, like, cautious that they could go up a ramp, right?
Nice shot from Luzza yet again. On the op, finds the opener. Enzo brings him up. Russ is going to stand Vong up as well, so it's like nothing ever happened. Flashbang. Luzza turns away from it, to be fair. The spam goes through. It's a great connection from Cray. Shadow caught off. Enzo's op finds another. Luzza now connects this time around. 20 seconds left. 4 against 3. Man advantage. Oh my good God, Luzza. How many more is he going to find? Magnum eventually puts him to rest. He does find a second as well. Enzo going to go for the plant. Surely this is going to be held. The spike goes down. And Magnum finds all 3. Map point Apeks. 12-6.
Luzza tried his hardest right there. Like, you know he's confident with that operator. He walks over a Phantom and still goes for the wide swing with the operator. The guy is a demon with it, and we saw it. We saw Kaiko fall from his updraft. Beautiful shot. Beautiful aim. And unfortunately, 3 wasn't enough. The second timeout is going to be called as well from the side of LPB, I'm guessing. You may as well use that timeout. If you've got it available, you're 12-6 down on your map pick. Now that's... It's going to hurt, right? But there have been some positives. There have been some positives from LPB. The re-aggression into B main on that one round where I think it was Luzza that fell solo.
Yeah,
that re-aggression won on the round. So you know you got to take some of these positives and you know take them in your favor. Unfortunately, the round before that, Vong did fall on site. I think it's so tough as well to play single controller and lose that smoker, right? Because there's so... I mean, it's not even the smoker, right? How many flashes do Les Petits Bouffons have? 1. Also on the smoker. So if you lose that smoker, not only are you losing the smokes, you're losing the flash. And considering Kaiko is playing operator, you kind of want to save that flash for at least getting him off the angle. But the timeout's over, the round has started. Luzza choosing to opt to the A site. Kaiko, however, he's going to try and go for that pick on Vong once again. Is Vong going to be so... or not as careful as last time?
This round starting a little more silent. Luzza yet again opting to bring out the sniper. Makes total sense. Russ in his wall, obviously sitting very deep in their own lines, effectively just trying to block off a lot of the information, I think. You know, try and give Apeks less of a reason to go for it, considering how close it is to the heart of this defending side.
Look at this, though. The one positive I was speaking about was the space taking, the re-aggression.
Oh, got to be careful, got to be careful. Don't line up, they don't. Vong actually wins out the first. Joe Russ with a second. Shadow lobs the flash round the corner, tries to do something. Magnum plays a game of catch. Unfortunately, it's not a good one to be playing against Link's Nade, and Magnum delivers onto another. You were mentioning this flank. Surely Cray is activated somewhat soon. Utility starts to fly on in. Vong 1-for-1. Shadow actually finding Russ through the smoke. The players start to make their approach towards side. The hill's coming on in as well, but no one's clearing behind, and Cray eventually finds it. 12-7 now as LPB deliver with another.
So the rounds we see LPB winning are the ones where they're taking early space, early control, and forcing the rest of the teammates to stack up onto site, right? That's what we just saw. The reason they won that was because Cray could tell them to go and stack up on the B site. Yes, Cray gets a double flank, but at the same time, you've got Vong, Russ, and Link all stuck onto the B site. Like, they didn't really stand a chance attacking that site right there. And it's just perfect timing. And Apeks are gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna hit fast right now.
Kaiko getting caught out. That's an exceptional trip from Cray. Just predicting the movement. That's what Kaiko was gonna do. Mystic somehow gets the TP off entirely. No punish from LPB. Know that they're kind of trapped in on this site right now. Someone's going to have to take a fight of some sort. Tries to reduce it onto Link. Turns back around the corner. The Stinger brought back out. Massive damage, no kill. Enzo finishes the job to Link. I'm wondering if LPB can defend right now. Russ Gonna try and do his best in the rope. Well, Shadow gets dropped, but Enzo trades out. 2v3, more importantly, the spike can move in towards B, and the ult on Magnum is massive.
This is Magnum's playground. You heard it here first. Magnum, I called him what's the word? I think I called him a smart brat earlier on.
Yeah.
Love him. Absolutely love him. And he is a clever player, especially in situations like these. It's all going to come down to his movement, where he plays that final molly that he has. Enzo already finds a third as well, but look, this is what I mean. He's ready. He's so ready. There's one.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, drop though, that's the issue. Someone's got to win out the fight. Enzo does it. A thrifty round to end. Apeks 13.